I'm pleased to say I'm joined by the newly crowned Dutch Open champion, Berry van Peer. Thanks for the time, Berry. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Good to be back on the podcast.
Great to have you back on, and let's just firstly touch on the weekend. And I think I saw you describe it as the biggest victory of your career, winning the men's title at the Dutch Open. Only 2 days on from that win. Have you had time to reflect on it all yet?
I haven't really, don't think it's synced in properly yet, but it's been good. My colleagues and all have been very nice about it. A lot of friends, a lot of messages from everyone. It's realizing what I've done, what I've achieved. So yeah, it's definitely the biggest one. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that.
Well, we'll come back to the Dutch Open later, but first let's circle back to when we first had you on our show as a guest. It was April last year, just before your long-awaited debut on the European Tour. You said to us how excited you were to finally play on the European Tour. You had a 95 average, you won it 126 on the ball to win your first game. What was that feeling like walking off the stage?
Yeah, it was really good, of course. Took me very long to actually qualify for one, and actually getting the win on the first try was actually very nice. I thought it was only gonna get better from there maybe, but I unfortunately lost the second round, so that was, I wasn't disappointed as I should be maybe, but it was a step to the right direction again, so yeah, I was pleased to even get through anyway, so.
Yeah, as you say, you got to the second round and you'd won through two other qualifiers to book your spot in two more European Tour events after that. You had one in Austria and another one in Germany. What did you take away from those experiences?
It was a really helpful experience, a lot of experience into it. Give me more motivation to actually wanting to get to more of those. I failed to qualify for a few where I actually was in the final to qualify, so that was a little bit of a bummer, but yeah, it was great. Like I said, it's a step forward from that moment on, and yeah, looking back on it, I think I did pretty good. I won twice my first round, I think, and had some decent chances in my second games. Unfortunately, without a win, but it was still good. Good experience, had fun, and wanting more.
Well, last year, that was the second year of your latest tour card. You had 3 runs to the last 16 on the floor towards the end of the year, but ended up finishing outside of the top 64. So how are you feeling coming into this year, going back to Q School only a few weeks ago, trying to win back your card?
Well, it was a little bit of a disappointing end of my tour card. The first year was 3 friends dying out of nowhere, which is of course a very sad period without motivation for darts. And the second year, like you said, at the end I was having 3 last 16s. I was actually looking at my game. I was actually playing above 90 average most of the time, scoring really heavily. I was satisfied with my game, but it wasn't enough to qualify for the Worlds, unfortunately, which made me lose my tour card. And then Q School happened, and it didn't start great. I think I should have gotten my some more points on the first few days, but I had some great finishing against me on the second day for sure. Third day, lost to Thibaut Tricol. Just all unfortunate games, kind of. And then the final day, lost the quarterfinals, and I did so much effort in terms of practice, preparation, the last 3 16s in the last season. I was this is giving me a good boost to get a tour card again. And I did so much effort for it, and then it just got shattered like nothing. And I just kind of blacked a little out into disappointment, and I'm not proud of that, but it's giving motivation to just within a week time I had to change my mindset and be okay, accept that you don't have a tour card, you have to go to the challenge tour now, and then from there on you can just see what you want to do. And that's what I did, and here we are 2 weeks later even. So
Yeah, it's quite the contrast of emotions, I'm guessing, from a few weeks ago. You had that great run on the final day at Q School, getting to the last 8, coming within a few wins of getting that tour card back. But nowadays there are a lot of opportunities for players who don't have the tour cards, as you'll have experienced the last 2 weekends. You had the Challenge Tour, then you had the Dutch Open, and after you missed out at Q School, what was your plan for the rest of this year in terms of what you wanted to play in? Was there anything that you put as a priority, that's what you wanted to play in and focus on the most?
There wasn't really any priorities. Well, of course, one thing is the Challenge Tour. I want to be doing good on that one. But besides that, I was like, okay, well, I have like a full year where I can just play what I want, and like I don't have to go to England as often as I used to do, which can be nice for 1 year, but at the same time I want to be going there a lot, of course, because then I had a tour card, and yeah, it's a lot nicer, of course, to be playing with the best in the world. But then I remembered, okay, I can just play Dutch Open, I can play Belgium Open, tournaments like that, and I haven't been playing those for a few years, so it's like, why not just go and enjoy it? You're playing well, you might get some like really nice results, and maybe you could qualify for the Worlds. It really depends, like how things go, and then we'll see from there. And yeah, just trying to enjoy the rest of the year and pick out some tournaments. So.
Well, let's get back to last weekend and the Dutch Open, and an event which already held fond memories for you, winning the men's pairs with Gino Voss in 2019. But what are your earliest memories of that tournament? Because it's a tournament obviously in your home country, the Netherlands, which has grown so much over the years, and many people call it the biggest open in darts.
Well, it's actually a quite funny story if you think about it. I think it was like 10 or 11 years ago that I actually said to my parents, like, hey, I wanna go to the Dutch Open. Like, I've been seeing it on the internet a few times. I wanna compete in that. And my parents were like, all right, it's like an hour drive. We can sign you in, and didn't really cost anything, only some gasoline. So, and I was like, I'm not sure what I can win, but I want to play on that stage. And then actually I went to the quarterfinals on my first try, where we all know him now. I played some Belgian guy called Dimitri Vandenberg. I don't know if you know him. No, but it's actually funny. He actually made a final against Robbie John Rodriguez, which we also know. Yeah, and no one knew me, and I just thought, who are these guys? Okay, they're in the final. Good for them. I reached the quarterfinals. I'm happy. And years after, I just participated in the youth like 2 more times or 1 more time. I don't even remember. Bad memories. Yeah, and from that moment, I was like, okay, I want to play in the men's. I think it was like 17 or something, and I played 1 year, and then I think I went to the development tour and got my tour card. So then I skipped a few years. Then I didn't participate in the singles, only in the pairs, because I was struggling. Actually won the pairs that year, which was a little total surprise. But at the same time, I was playing well, but it just took a long time. And from that moment, I couldn't play again until this year. So talk about just having a quarterfinal against a top 4 player, match play winner nowadays, a Premier League player, to winning the event yourself in the men. So it's a very long journey, but wishes do come true sometime.
Definitely, yeah, and I can tell it's an event which means a lot to you. I remember last year you tweeted congratulations to Jelle Klaassen for winning the Dutch Open, so it's an event that you keep an eye on, and the win with Gino as well. We didn't talk about it the last time we had you on, but the final, you two were behind. Gino takes out the 120, you take out the 60 to win it, and we saw from the celebrations just how much that win meant to you as well.
Yeah, it was great. It was actually a very special moment for him too, because it was exactly 10 years after he won the first time with Rico Dera back in the days. So it was perfect timing for him, like 10 years apart, winning the pairs 2 times. For me, it motivated me as well to play even better, make it more special for him. And in the final I actually played like pretty well, but of course with some struggles, but the 120 really helped me and him, especially mentally, and the last leg was just really strong for our side, a little less strong from them, but it helped us going over the line, and we won. And from that moment we've always thrown pairs together, and unfortunately couldn't make it this year. So, but then I just said to him, I'll win the singles for us then, and it actually happened. It's funny, pretty funny.
A men's pairs winner, now a men's singles winner, and let's have a look at that run to the title. I had a look earlier, 2,693 players entered the men's event at the weekend, and you survived an early scare in your first 2 games. They both went 3-2 in the last 2,048, last 1,024. Talk us through that Saturday and getting through just to the last 128 on the Sunday.
Yeah, well, the first game, like I had to start the first game at 3 o'clock, so I was there earlier because of the people I was with. We arranged like, okay, let's be there like 10:30 for your games, and then I just relax and just watch your games, practice now and then I'll be ready. But I felt pretty good, and I had to play a 3, and then, yeah, of course for me, I play a lot of unknown players from my point of view. And the first game, I survived a scare kinda, but at the same time I didn't. Like, I felt like I was not gonna lose it. My winning legs were like 13 darts, 14 darts, 14 darts. And they were only my own legs, and I started the match, so I was like, it would be weird if I would have lost this, but at the same time, like, he was playing well as well. I was happy winning that. And then I played the second round, and I was 2-1 down, and I was like, he was playing really well, and I was playing, from my feeling, I was playing a lot more consistent than he was. And then I think he left like 40 or something after 12 darts or 15, and I took an 83 finish on the ball. So he was waiting for the match on a double, he didn't get a chance. And then we went to the decider, and I remember he was after 9 darts on 201 in his own leg, and I left 121 after 9 darts, and he hit a 177, and like all the people who were watching were like shouting like, yeah, it's gonna be for you, it's gonna be the 24 for you, you're gonna win. And I remember just throwing every single dart perfectly in the middle of the treble and the double. Went treble 20, treble 11, double 14 straight in the middle, and just turned around like, no, it's not his game, it's my game. It's like something like that. Like, it was an amazing finish, waiting on 24 for the match, or actually on 2 doubles in 2 legs in a row, waiting for the match, and then not getting a chance is kind of, you play well, and then just that happens. But from that moment, the rest of the games weren't that tough, actually, to be fair. I really scored my opponents away, like only like 2 trebles every visit pretty much. It was pretty insane. I felt like if I was going to play like this on Sunday, I'll have a very good chance to actually maybe win. And I never had qualified for the Sunday, so it was a little thought in my mind as well. But at the end, I won my last game, and I just asked to be sure, like, am I true to tomorrow? I was like, yes. I was like, okay. And there was so much relief on that part, so I was like, tomorrow I can feel more relaxed, I thought. So, yeah, just that from that moment, we just went for food and just relaxed, and the new day started.
The run continues on the Sunday. You make it to the quarterfinals. You're back on that stage, and you beat Joey Ten Berger 5-2, Arjen Konterman 2-0 in sets to reach the final. And just touching on that final with Andy Bartons, you lose the first set 3-0, but you come back, win the next 2 sets, drop just 1 leg in those 2 sets. The 4th set goes to a last leg, and it's that trusty 1-2-1 finish, this time taking it out on the ball for a 12 darter to win. I mean, that finish, you said it's the biggest victory of your career, but that finish has got to be close to the best that you've had as well.
Well, it's actually kind of funny that the 121 saved my life there on the first day, and it actually won me the title as well. Like, it was, when I thought of it, it was like super funny and, well, kind of crazy. Yeah, when I took, I think it was a 4th leg or something in the last set, I was like, you need 1 more leg that's like super strong scoring wise, and you will give yourself a good chance to actually take the match. And I went 2-140, so I was like, okay, this is what you want. You just need like 1 more good treble and leave yourself something nice, and no matter what it is, you'll take it. So when I hit the 100 score, I was like, I remember this finish. You did it yesterday, you're going to do it again. And I was like, treble 20 was straight, like, felt so good. And then the 11, I was like, you're going to hit it. Like, just the thought of just throwing the last dart was like, it's in. Well, no matter what I thought, if I would have missed, I would have probably maybe messed up the 25 or whatever I would have hit. But yeah, I thought I couldn't miss the ball, so it sounds really stupid, but yeah, it was just already in my thought I was going to win the last finish.
That's always a good feeling to have, and I think that was your 11th win of the tournament in the final to win the whole thing, coming through the field of more than 2,000 players. It's got you an automatic spot in next year's WDF World Championship. Of course, if you've got a tour card, you probably have to miss that. But before then, you are in the spots as things stand for a call-up for this year's Lakeside in December. So is that now one of your big goals for the rest of the year, to try and stay in those spots?
Well, I've been thinking about it. I know it's a reserve list, kind of. No, it actually is. Sorry. So you kind of have to hope for someone to not show up at the World Championships, which honestly is kind of not what you hope for someone to do. You know, they're also qualified for World Championships. They want to be there. So I kind of want to go for more tournaments. I'm already thinking about it a little, which one to go to and which one I can just skip and so. I still need to get some good results in, or else it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think it's maybe a nice goal for the rest of the year, since I had nothing planned except for the Challenge Tour. So maybe I'll just pick up some tournaments, and especially ones in Belgium, and so I can just drive to. Super easy. So maybe we'll see from there. Just a couple should be. I don't know how much I would need for points wise, but yeah, we'll just have to see at the end of the year.
Well, you mentioned the Challenge Tour as well. After that first weekend, you're 10th on that order of merit. Still a long way to go in that season, but do you think there could be a chance you might get that call up to these early Players' Championships that are coming up soon?
To be fair, I don't think in the first few ones I can be called up. Mostly there's not as much people not showing up as there is in the ones that are held in Germany. So my thought is more the moments they have the Pro Tour in Germany, I think there's a bigger chance that I would be playing in the Pro Tour. And if I would get called up to England, I will definitely go. But until then, just have to wait and see, because you never know how many people do show up, or maybe someone's ill. You never know.
Always worth checking the phone. And lastly, we'll test your knowledge. We'll go back to the Dutch Open, because at the weekend, you and Eileen de Graaf, you were the winners on Sunday. It was the first time that both the men's and women's titles have been won by players from the Netherlands since 2004. Can you tell us who the men's and women's winners of the Dutch Open were in 2004? They were both Dutch.
2004. Wasn't it Raymond?
That was the men's winner.
Yeah, he also. Then, my first guess would just be Frances Hunselaar, but I'm not sure if she was still playing around that time.
Spot on there. You're the winner of the Dutch Open, and you're the winner of our trivia as well, Berry.
Oh, Jesus. Knowledge in darts, I'm pretty good at that, trivia-wise. I know a lot, but I was doubting so much about this one. I'm surprising myself.
Berry, it's always a pleasure to chat. Congratulations on winning the Dutch Open at the weekend, and we wish you all the best for what else is to come this year as well.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it a lot, and it was great to be back on the show. See you next time.